Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you today. My name is Dina Khaled Mohamed. I'm a finance teaching assistant, Faculty of Business Administration, Future University in Egypt. I'm pleased to present my research topic, the impact of managerial and institutional ownership structure on firm profitability, evidence from Egypt. Table of contents, introduction, research problem, research question, research hypothesis, research methodology, literature review, and finally, conclusion and recommendations. Let me introduce my research topic. Corporate governance is an important research area which deals with different mechanisms that are used to control and maximize shareholder wealth and also to mitigate agency problem. Corporate governance is the framework of rules, procedures that control and manage a company's operation. Also, corporate governance strategies is essential mechanism that's used to control agency problem that arises from when the owners of the company or shareholders had a conflict of interest between managers of the company. Corporate governance also has two major mechanisms, external and internal mechanism. External mechanism, which is monitoring system that operates outside the organization, while internal mechanism refers to the board of directors, ownership structure, and board committee of the company. The ownership structure is considered one of the corporate governance mechanisms that contribute to reducing agency problem, as well as increasing the role of shareholder in monitoring managerial actions and limiting and reducing their opportunistic behavior, so increasing the value of the company and shareholder wealth. However, ownership structure has several types, such as managerial ownership structure, institutional ownership structure, governmental ownership structure, family and concentrated ownership structure. Therefore, the main research objective here to study and analyze only two types of ownership structure, which is managerial ownership structure and institutional ownership structure. Managerial ownership structure exists when large percentage of company's share are owned by the company's board of directors or the managers of the company. In other words, it occurs when an internal party of the company's managerial structure holds a large portion of its share. While institutional ownership structure exists when a large percentage of company's share are owned by institutions like banks, insurance companies, investment funds, or pension funds. This ownership structure is distinguished from other ownership structure by a set of features, and it also had control power over management, which reduced opportunistic behavior and agency problem. The research problem is mainly in determining the nature between two types of ownership structure, which is managerial ownership structure and institutional ownership structure, with firm profitability. And firm profitability was measured by return on equity, especially among Egyptian listed companies in EGX 100, and also in addition of the existing literature that links both variables. Therefore, this topic remains arguable in Egyptian context, which was the motive for researcher to develop this study. The research objective is to study the framework of managerial ownership and institutional ownership in the Egyptian stock market, which drives the following objective. First objective is to addressing the concept of ownership structure and its core types. Second objective is to explaining the meaning of managerial ownership structure and institutional ownership structure. Third objective is to examining the relationship of different types of ownership structure on agency problem. Fourth and last objective is to studying and analyzing the impact of managerial and institutional ownership on firm profitability. Based on research objective, the research hypothesis was derived into two main or primary hypotheses. The first hypothesis stated that there is a statistically significant relationship between managerial ownership and firm profitability, while second hypothesis stated that there is statistically significant relationship between institutional ownership and firm stability. The research methodology Populations covered the most active 100 Egyptian listed companies in the Egyptian Stock Exchange, EGX 100, during the period from 2017 to 2021. However, the researcher excluded banks, insurance companies, and financial institutions, as well as companies with missing data. Therefore, the final sample includes 59 companies for 5 years period with a total of 295 observations. A literature review, it has been recognized that managerial ownership generates a greater alignment between shareholders of the company or owner of the company and managers or board of directors' interests, as well as mitigating agency problem between those two parties. Therefore, managerial ownership is considered to be a very important solution to agency problem. While institutional ownership has a control power over management, which reduce the opportunistic behavior and agency problem and work to improve the company value. In addition to this, they are active investors who are best armed with the skills, knowledge, resources to monitor and control management activities of the company, where they have invested effectively and efficiently. Besides, institutional investors are important to well-functioning governance system of the financial and independent interest to view the company management and policies. Accordingly, institutional investors require timely and reliable information that allow them to be better monitored to the company's activities. Going through agency theory, the agency theory are a type agency costs are a type of internal cost that result from action of agent acting on behalf of clients. Agency costs usually is a result from inefficiency according to conflict of interest between shareholders of the company and the managers of the company. There are two main types of agency problem: traditional type and contemporary type. Traditional type arises from the separation between ownership of the company and the controller of the company, which is shareholders of the company and managers of the company, while contemporary type of agency problem results from the existence of controlling the group of large shareholders and other non-controlling the small group of another shareholders. So in this scenario, the largest shareholders have the priority their interest over the small shareholders. The agency problem could increase because of the separation of ownership and control. And there are two main problems caused by agency problem, which are moral hazard, hidden actions, and information asymmetry, hidden informations. Going through results and conclusion, the results showed that the first hypothesis showed a significant positive relationship. So the first hypothesis was accepted, while the second hypothesis showed insignificant relationship, so it was rejected. Finally, research recommendations. According to the study findings, the researcher recommends the following: the company necessity to pay more attention in determining the appropriate managerial level and board of directors by taking into consideration the most important factors affecting ownership structure, including ownership structure types. There is a need for a control over the companies by the Egyptian Financial Regulatory Authority, FRA, to ensure the availability of good corporate governance of the companies to avoid their financial distress and inability to meet future obligations. Third recommendation, companies should rely on objective criteria when selecting board members who have high experience and competence to achieve the greatest benefits for the company. Thank you for your attention and time and efforts. Thank you.